Hello. Welcome to Bragg. Larry is being Larry today.
What's happening? Welcome to Bragg, the Bragg Show. I don't know. We're going to have to figure out, we're going to call it Bragg Radio or Bragg TV or
Bragg Network.
Yeah, something like that.
How about Bragg Network? And it could go between radio and
maybe so. Well, it is a podcast, audio and video.
So let's say
at the
Bragg
same
Network.
time. So welcome to the show. We really appreciate you guys watching. I feel like I'm too far in the picture. Anyway,
the picture seems weird today for some reason.
Yeah, it's like you're too close to the middle or something. Yeah, get away from me. There you go. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. We really, really appreciate it. Let's see. If you want to get a free copy of our Getting Started in Real Estate Day Trading and our HUD Homes Half Off book, you can call 877-LARRY-GO.
Yep, you guys will get Zenobia on the phone, and she will be able to take your information and get the digital Bragg kit out to you. Like Larry said, it's got the HUD Homes Half Off book, the Real Estate Day Trading book. It goes over some training that talks about our model with Filthy Riches with real estate day trading. And some asset protection stuff. There's just a bunch of stuff in there. Every time we have a link that we feel you guys will benefit from, we'll toss it in the kit. So there you go. 877-LARRY-GO. Where's the text part?
I failed to do a little juber for that, whatever you call that. I failed to do
so call Z.
A scrolling thing.
Call Z and get the investors kit today. Yeah,
I forget the number you text, but it's on a previous show. So, guys, we appreciate you watching. Please share this post, and the winner will win some stuff, right?
Yeah. What do you want to give away today?
I don't know. What do you guys want us to give away to the winner? Pink Floyd in the house. What's up, Manny? What's happening?
Today, Manny, I have on, since you are the fan of which shirt I have on at that particular show, I have on a Cheer Mom shirt. We had a basketball game last night. My oldest daughter is a cheerleader for Parkwood Middle School. So I am supporting Parkwood Middle. Mothership Monograms actually made the shirt that I have on. So if you guys need any monogram things and you're in the Carolinas or wherever you are, really, Mothership Monograms is who did the shirt that I have on today.
Awesome. That's cool. Ben said he loves to scroll. We use a service called BeLive.tv. BeLive.tv. William Tingle, man, haven't heard from you in years. I spoke at his RIA group back years ago, right? Down in Macon, Georgia, I believe it was. Look, there's Mom. What's up? Mary Ellen Clark watching live. How you doing? So this week's share winner is Pam Bowman, right? Pam Bowman is going to get a free copy of the Ultimate Buying and Selling Machine. It is the home study course that is based on the book, Getting Started in Real Estate Day Trading.
Now, Pam, this is digital access to that. So if you will just send an email in to customerservice@larrygoins.com, we'll be sure to make sure you get access to that digital Ultimate Buying and Selling Machine.
Awesome. And I see based on my phone, we're already getting a lot of shares. So you guys are already sharing. Thank you very much for doing that. We really, really appreciate it. Look, there's your moms on there too.
I see my moms.
You see my moms.
My mom's is the office moms who prepared chili beans and grilled cheese for everybody today.
Oh, I know. It was great. It was awesome. We're eating good, right? So let's see. Did Kandas pay the bill? That was, remember last week you couldn't get on because you were arguing with our phone service because they couldn't get our bill right?
Yeah, we haven't. We're waiting on them to make sure I get the credits they're going to establish in writing before we pay anything. Thank you for checking.
That's cool. Look at William Tingle's comment. That's awesome. I love it. All right, so let's see. We're going to talk about our deal of the week. Our deal of the week now, we're still getting a lot of deals, getting a lot of phone calls coming in. We're taking a lot of calls. I've been on the phone pretty much all day. In fact, I just got off the phone with Billy Bob Thornton, I think, from Sling Blade.
No.
He's like, yeah, I want to sell my house.
I listened to the voicemail from this guy and just gave him straight over. I didn't even call him in between the voicemail and Larry. We just went ahead and passed that one right on through.
What's funny was as soon as I keep my phone on speakerphone when I'm talking to sellers, and this guy sounded just like Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade. So as soon as he hung up, I pulled up on YouTube Sling Blade, Billy Bob Thornton, and I let it play, and everybody in the office thought I was still on the phone with this guy.
We did. I didn't know what he was planning on carrying for Larry, but
I know, right? I'll help you tote that wash if I can.
Can we get to the deal of the week, please?
Yeah, let's talk about the deal of the week. The deal of the week is 2 for 1, right? We have 2 houses in Gaffney, South Carolina that we're selling for $40,000. 2 houses for 40 grand, 20 grand a piece, 25 grand a piece, or 40 if you want both of them. And they're both rented out, and they're bringing in cash flow, good rental properties. So those are the deal of the week. You can find out more at investorsrehab.com, investorsrehab.com.
Yep.
Right?
Both of them are up. They're marketed. They're ready to go.
They're in Gaffney, South Carolina, right? So next, here's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about how to track leads. And I wrote out a few notes right here on tracking leads. So it's very important when you're doing marketing in your real estate business that you can track where your marketing dollars are being spent and, track the leads so you know not only what leads are coming in, but which ones are converting to actual deals, right? So you want to know what is your cost per lead and cost per close deal and all that stuff, right? And in direct mail, they say you typically want to generate 4 to 5 times what you spent on direct mail as revenue. Like if you spend 10 grand a month on direct mail, you want to generate 40, right? So you want, or 40 to 50, I guess. So anyway, what we do is we track, we have trackable phone numbers, okay? Trackable phone numbers. And if you're just starting out, guys, it's very, very important. You want to have a number for buyer leads and a number for seller leads, right? A number for buyer leads and a number for seller leads. Very important. Now, as you grow, you can add more numbers. For example, we have numbers for each I Buy Houses Bandit signs, because we have multiple I Buy Houses Bandit signs. We have a number for Gabby Buys Houses Bandit sign. We have a number for Larry Buys Houses Bandit signs. We have a number for certain numbers that come in to our marketing on bandit signs. Right. In other words, let's say you're going to hire a bird dog or an apprentice. You can get signs made up with just their number on it. And then when it comes in, it's their lead that they put out the sign. And then that way you can pay them on the deal, right? So that's very important. And we also have numbers for Craigslist ads. When we post on Craigslist ads that we buy houses, we have a number for that. We have a number for Facebook. We have a number for Connected Investor, one for, because we post properties on Connected Investor. We have one for Bigger Pockets. And then we have one for our own website at investorsrehab.com. Can you think of any other buyer numbers that we had, or seller numbers
we have?
I should say. But people are still sharing the video. Thank you, guys. Keep sharing this. That's awesome.
I think you went through all of them. The 2 main ones that are, the 2 sources that mainly get called, I would say, for sellers are the bandit signs and the postcards. Yeah. Those are our 2. The postcards definitely lead, and then the bandit signs are second. And then for the buyers, I would say bandit signs are number 1. And then,
Awesome.
I'm not sure what number 2 would be. I think the others are a little bit close for a tie for second, but definitely bandit signs on buyers are the lead numbers. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And Manny, you're right. You do need to keep investing your money in marketing. Mm-hmm. I tell people invest a minimum. This is a bare minimum, $500 a month on your marketing. When you do a deal, now invest half of the money you made on that deal into marketing for the next month. Okay. Yep. That's very, very, very important. And Kevin just asked that question that I just now answered. So he must have been typing while I was talking about it.
So
Type 'em, I'm talking.
I know, right? So, but yeah, at minimum $500. But I encourage people, if you can, spend at least $1,000 a month on marketing, and 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 remember, you've got to make a commitment of at least 90 days.
Right.
90 days. You can't think, oh, I'm going to mail 1 week or 2 weeks, and if I don't get any deals, I'm not going to finish. No, whatever your budget is, you got to be able to commit to that for 90 days.
Right.
And if your budget is $1,000 a month, that's $250 a week. You want to break it down into weekly, right, Kandas?
Yep, that's what we do. And for us, we have certain counties that we mail out each week of the month. So they get hit once a month with that postcard. It rotates. I think it's 7 or 8 counties, something like that. And they get hit once a month.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Now, let's get back to the phone numbers. One of the things that we do that I think is really, really cool is with our phone numbers, if you use a service, now there's a lot of services out there. There's CallRail, there's Smartphone, SMRTPHONE.io. There's also Call 8, KALL, and the number 8. There's Call Fire and several other ones out there. But anyway, they can set it up. You can set it up in their system where when someone calls one of your marketing numbers, one of your tracking numbers, okay, it can either show the caller ID of the person who called, or it can show the caller ID of the number that they called, right? So what we do is put the tracking number in our phone as a contact record. For example, let's say we have one that says North Carolina Direct Mail, or it might even say North Carolina Probate Direct Mail, right? So you put that number in your phone as North Carolina Probate. So when somebody calls, it shows the number they called, and it pops up on my phone, and it says North Carolina Probate Direct Mail. So I know the only person that's calling is calling because they got a postcard, right, about the probate property, right? So it enables you to be ready and to know what that person is calling about. Also, so you're not answering the phone with, other people that you don't want to answer the phone with. You know exactly who is calling, and you know exactly what it's about, right? That's very, very, very important in my opinion. That's what we do, right? And
there's one thing, like there are a few people that I've talked to that get a little perturbed. You ask them for their phone number. Well, can't you just take it off of what it doesn't show up for you, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's an easy overcome for that. We just let them know that because of privacy laws, the number they called is what shows up for us to protect their rights. So if they would please give it to you if they would please give it to you so that you would be able to reach them back if you guys got disconnected or things like that.
Somebody said, what is that?
Kevin is saying, yep, separate lines for separate sources or a buyer number. Yep, multiple buyer numbers, multiple seller numbers, depending on the avenues that you guys are using for leads.
We do, absolutely. And somebody said, what is the bandit sign placement? What does it say? This is one example of a trackable number right here. These are 12 by 18 one-sided with a horizontal flute, right? It's the horizontal flute. The flutes go this way instead of up and down, right? And it's only one-sided, and it's much less expensive than having a 18 by 24 two-sided, right? Plus, you don't have to put it on a stand. However, it is right now is a great time to go out and get some free stands right after the election.
How'd that go for you?
Not too good.
Let's divert a little bit and tell a story about your adventure with pulling political signs.
Oh my gosh. So I was teaching my son how to go out and get signs because, listen, we can buy signs. It's not a big deal. But
it's very easy. It's done all the time.
It's actually much cheaper if we did.
Now we know.
It's much cheaper if we did. But so I was teaching my son to go out and
this is one of these life
to
lessons.
Recycle these signs, right? We're cleaning up the environment, but we're going to put more signs out, right?
Right. More or less, you're taking the stands, so you don't have to buy them when you buy signs.
So we're throwing the political signs in the dumpster because, listen, most of the time they're gone after 2 or 3 days, but the ones that linger after about a week, right?
City's going to have to take them down anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've gotten about 50 signs off the road, and put the signs in the back and put the stands in a box. And then what happened was my son got out and grabbed a sign, and I was helping him while we were going down the road, pull the sign off the stand, and we were going around a curve, and I went like this. Oh no. And I hit a curb, and it happened to be sticking out about 6 inches. And my tire flattened. I don't know if you can see this.
Not just one tire, 2 tires.
Both of them.
2 tires flattened.
2 flat tires right there. 2 flat tires on my car.
For the sake of sign stands.
So I told my wife, and I told Kandas and the other guys, I'm like, I saved about $50 in stands, but I spent $600 on tires. Right? Yeah,
because we didn't just get 2. We went ahead and got all 4 new tires.
I know, right? That's crazy. So let's get back to tracking leads, okay?
Sure.
So it is very important that you put the number in your phone for the caller ID. So when somebody calls, you know exactly who's calling and why they're calling. Now, we also do this on the buy side.
Right.
We have numbers for our bandit signs, because we have 3 different kinds of bandit signs we put out to sell properties. Actually 4. We have one for owner financing.
Right.
We have one that says foreclosure. We have one that says handyman special.
That's my favorite.
And then we have another, that's Dan's favorite too.
I love that one.
And then we have another one that says must sell ASAP, right? Must sell ASAP. And then it has a blank space and the phone number, and that's all. Must sell ASAP, and then the phone number. And in the middle, we write like 3-bedroom, 2-bath, brick ranch, $29K cash, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what we do. That's kind of what we do for that. But you also need numbers to track your website, right? For leads that come into your website and other places as well. The other thing you want to track leads with is when people go to your website and they opt in. If they're opting in,
Did y'all see that?
Right? If they opt in at LarryBuysHouses.com or GabbyBuysHouses.com or InvestorsRehab.com or NeighborhoodHousingGroup.org, that's our site that we sell owner financing properties. If they opt in at any of those sites, we know based on those leads automatically go into Podio,
right,
our CRM, right? And when they go into Podio, it shows up and lets us know we've got a new contact record, and then we convert it to a lead after we've talked to them.
Right.
But everybody that calls a number or goes to a website automatically goes into Podio. We don't take a chance on anybody entering it into Podio, right?
No lead left behind. Which is what we were facing when we were having to do manual lead entry. Was sometimes they would make it in, sometimes they would remain papers on somebody's desk or a sticky note on their, car somewhere, in their car somewhere. So yeah, every number, every time it's called now goes into Podio, and we're still tweaking that a little bit.
We are.
Which we have another meeting on Friday morning about our Podio. That is I don't want to say it's a constant thing, but Podio, our new system, is new to us. So there's constant tweaks and things, and making sure that we are optimizing our usage of that.
Exactly.
For the numbers that are calling.
Exactly. So the other thing I want to mention about tracking leads is if you do use Podio, you can create what's called a web form in Podio. Any page like contact record, lead, property, whatever it is, you can create a web form, right? It's really very simple to do. You create a web form, and then you can give that to your lead manager, your acquisition manager, your sales guy, your virtual assistant,
right,
whoever it is, and they can click on that link, go to that web page, and it's really just a form and from Podio. And then whenever they fill all that out, it automatically puts that lead into Podio, and they can select different options like who it is. You can have a drop down that says it's from the lead manager, it's from this source or that source, and then it automatically goes into Podio and creates a task for your acquisition or your sales guy or whoever to follow.
Or the next
right?
department. Yeah, just depending on what information is entered. You can do it set up by role, or you could set it up by department. If there's more than one person that need to know, or you just have a single person in a multi-role like marketing.
Right. That's true. Look at William's comment or question.
Well.
Who did we use to set up our Podio? What? I was going to say, we've gone through how many Podios? Is it 3?
This is
three
our
different
third
Podios. At first, we had a Podio that we that that Paul Olson, who used to work with us, he's out on his own now. He's doing phenomenal. I'm really proud of him. He's doing great.
Great guy.
He is an awesome guy. If you get a chance to follow him, Paul Olson, and he's on Facebook, and he's on here sometimes too. But anyway, he did it, and he did this thing so good, and it would do so many things. We couldn't keep up with it, right? We literally could not keep up with it.
No, it was. Convoluted is not the word, because that's kind of negative.
It was very detailed.
Very detailed.
I mean, you could push one button and it would do 3 or 4 or 5 things in the background.
Right.
Right. But the problem was getting people to go click those buttons, right?
Because they were in a bunch of different places.
Right,
yeah.
right. So the second time around, we created a system. We hired some guys from up north, and they came here to the office. They spent a whole week with us, right?
A week, yeah.
And this is when we were primarily doing HUD and MLS before we needed to market for off-market properties. So they came in and they spent an entire week. And every time we would meet, I would say, keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. So they named it Simple Podio, right? And it really was simple, right?
Yep.
It really was simple. It didn't have, follow-ups. It didn't have a lot of stuff on it. And it was primarily just for us to keep track of our deals that are under contract through closing, because 98% of our deals-ish were from HUD and the MLS.
Right.
So when the market turned enough to where we had to start doing off-market properties to keep up the volume, then we had to redo the system again. And we hired a company out of Canada, actually, or out of the UK. I can't remember. UK, I think. But they have people in the UK and Canada. There's my wife.
Hi,
hey,
Pam.
honey. How are you? So we've been working with them how many months now?
I think we got started. Seems like we got started in August. No,
I don't know, but they
maybe
totally
June,
redid
July,
it.
something like that.
They did a
Third
totally
quarter, though.
new system.
Yep.
Totally new system, brand new.
From scratch.
And we told them what we wanted, and we've been meeting with them like every couple of weeks or so.
Every other week.
And we got a meeting with them this Friday, and we turned over to the new system, and we're using it, and I really like it. There's a few tweaks we need to make in it, but that's the thing about, if you're going to have a custom system, right, or any system as far as that goes, you need to tweak it a little bit. That's the thing I like about Podio, is you can adjust it and tweak it and change it as needed, right? It's very, very important. Now, there are some Podio systems that are just out of the box.
Now,
right?
and if you're new, there's some light versions of Podio that would probably suffice for what you need. You don't need a system as extensive as ours initially, with follow-up campaigns and text blasting capabilities and all of this stuff, interchanging between roles and talking to different departments and different things like that. You just need something like what we needed with the simple version to just keep up with your properties and keep up with your buyers and your sellers.
Right.
So don't let it get overwhelming. There's a ton of different options with Podio, but I don't think that it would be necessary for anybody that's just starting out to have to start from scratch like what we have. We've had very specific things that we needed to make sure we had, and we couldn't find a box version that was going to do all of those things without costing us extra to have it tweaked anyway.
Right.
So
it
was better and easier for us to just start over.
And by having your own Podio system, it's going to cost you more on the front end. I'm going to tell you that. It's going to take a longer period of time, and it's going to cost you more. But if you're doing the kind of volume we're doing and doing the amount of marketing that we're doing, you're better off to have a customized system, because if you go with an out-of-the-box system, not only are you locked in to their box, right? It's most of it is not really customizable, but also they're making money on the servicing as well, on the monthly fee. You know, they're going to charge you $97 or $197 or what. I know, because we used to sell Podio. We used to sell our simple Podio system, right? But they're going to make money on the monthly. But if you have you get your own Podio, it's going to cost you more up front, and it's going to take longer, but it's going to cost you less monthly, and you'll be able to totally customize it. But there are services out there that do a great job of having an out-of-the-box system And if you're just getting started, I think that's fine to do that, right?
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It can be very easy to get overwhelmed with Podio.
That's so true. That is so true. So I wanted to mention our partner program. Just last week we had, was it 23 people here?
23. It was 23, 24.
We had 23 people in our office that were implementing their own business.
Now there's a huge difference, guys, between implementation and education.
Right.
What we do at our 3-day events is give full-fledged content education.
Right.
Larry goes through 3 full days of education, and we have the next one of those that we have coming up is actually in 2019. We are finished for the year with our 3 days for 2018. The next one is 2019, and it'll be in February, I'm pretty sure, is when the first one is.
Charlotte.
So, and it will be in Charlotte. You guys know we've told you too that we're not traveling anymore. So all of our 3 days next year, and there's only 4. So if you are wanting to get education, make sure that you get registered for the February event with our team and with Larry for 3 days to come in and get that education. What he's talking about now, when the students were here in our office in Lake Wiley, was implementation. Huge difference. Huge difference.
That's true. That is true. It's the partner program is a program where I guess you could maybe call it like a coaching or a mentoring program, but I'm going to work with you to get you your first or next 3 deals ASAP. My goal is to get you 3 deals in 90 days.
Now,
right? That's my goal.
And he said first or next. And I want to emphasize on the or next, because we have people that come into our office that have been doing real estate for years, already have their own wholesale business set up, already have their own realty company set up, and are doing great, but they want to either add another avenue of income. They want to stay in the know about how things are done, or scale to another level. Now, we have scaled back, but that doesn't mean that we don't know how to keep it or scale up the way that it was before. That's just simply not what we want anymore. But there were people here in this room last week from all calibers. There was a guy here that had his own wholesale company and was doing very well with it, but Larry's still able to give him tricks of the trade that we do, things that he had not thought about doing. And when you get into, I don't want to say a rut, but when you get into a way of business, it's easy to just do what works without thinking about things that could be improved.
Right. That's a really good point. That's a good way to put it. And as Kandas mentioned, we scaled back. We had, at one time, we had 26 employees, right? Mm-hmm. That's a lot to oversee and a lot to manage. And we have decided, based on our personal visions, my family's personal vision, Kandas's family's personal vision, that we didn't want to travel anymore. We didn't want to be away from our families. And we also didn't want to have a huge organization with a lot of overhead to have to oversee and manage and have to worry about, the overhead every week, right? Mm-hmm. So we decided to scale back. It doesn't mean, the cool thing is, doesn't mean we're doing less deals. We're actually doing more deals than we were.
We are doing more deals. We're getting back to a volume that we had probably 3 to 4 years ago.
Right.
And it's a much smaller team, but it just kind of goes to show that when you, whenever you take your focus off of something's got to give. And that's what we did. We took our focus off of the real estate company and we had it on our education company, which, not to say that's not important at all, but the way that we've been able to simplify has helped us better focus on both at one time, because each division is now only doing one thing. Education division is on the partner program, the implementation of making sure to get your first or your next 3 deals, and the real estate division is focused on buying and selling properties all day. Makes it a lot easier and a lot more fun.
That's true. So our next event coming up in my office for our partners, and I think we have 4 seats left available for partners, where we are going to actually partner on deals, right? My portion goes to charity, okay? But I'll work with you. I'll coach you. I'll mentor you. I'll help you, guide you, direct you. And you come here and spend 3 days in my office, and we're going to get your business up and running. We're going to get everything set up. We're going to get your direct mail going. We're going to get your ads going. We're going to get everything going. So when you get home, your phone starts ringing off the hook, right? And then I'm going to help coach you and walk you through those deals to get 3 deals under your belt. My goal is to get you 3 deals in 90 days. So if you'd like to apply, we have 4 available seats right now.
For January, yep.
Yeah, go to LarryGoins.com/apply, LarryGoins.com/apply, and you can apply and we'll get on the phone. One of my team members and I and you guys will get on the phone and we'll see if it's a good fit. If it's a good fit, great. If not, no problem at all. No big deal at all. May not be a good fit for you or it may not be a good fit for us, right?
Yeah, and we walk away friends. It's not about pleasing the many. It's about helping the few. So that's where we want to focus. We definitely want to make sure that we are impacting people's lives and that they are going to get out of the program what they need to get out of it to create generational wealth.
Right. Look, Mary's on. Hey, Mary. What's up? So what else do we need to talk about, Candace? Is that it?
I think that's pretty much it. We went through the deal of the week. You did the share sponsor. We gave them the 877 Larry Go if you want to get your investor's kit. If you don't have that yet, make sure you call 877 Larry Go and Zenobia can get that access sent out to you. Look,
Mandy's a drummer. He's bringing his drums so we can jam. Yeah, baby.
He's got guitars all over the place in here.
I do. I got a guitar hanging on the wall right over there. So let's see. What else do we need to talk about? Is that it? Did we ever say what we're giving away for the share sponsor this week?
No, and they just started sharing. So maybe it doesn't even matter what we're going to give away. They just know we're going to give away something.
Well, we're going to give away something. We need to think of something good. I don't know. What do you want to give away? Oh, what about a Hard Money Millions?
Ooh, that's interesting.
We have a course. We don't really talk about it a lot. Shh, we don't talk about it a lot. It's called Hard Money Millions. It's all about how to get, broker, and be a hard money lender, just like we do. We do hard money lending. My wife, Pam, who's on here, she does hard money lending in the Carolinas, and we show you how to get hard money, how to broker hard money, where you get somebody else to put up the money and you make the points, or just how to be your own lender and you get the points and the interest, right? So the share sponsor winner for next week will get a free copy of Hard Money Millions.
It will be digital.
It will be digital, but we sell it for $1,500, $1,497, and you'll get it absolutely free. So share this video right now. Anything else?
I think that's it.
That's it. So we'll be talking next Wednesday? Awesome.
2:00.
So thank you guys for your feedback. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. We really, really, really appreciate it. And thanks again. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great week.
Guys.
Bye-bye.